So as I take you on a tour, let me put you on to some new work. Grilling this heat, I got the word on the street. Take heed, introduce you to some brand new things. Food for the soul, till you gotta blow. Food worth forking, take it on the go. In tune, serving it up on the road. Tell you all about it on the special. This here's something you don't wanna miss. Hit you every week with a new dish.
What's up, everybody? It is Wednesday night. It is Wednesday. Wait, is this the first Wednesday of March? I think this is the first Wednesday of March. Can you believe it? Welcome to the Food Worth Forking podcast. I am your host, Laura Williams. And if this is your first time watching or listening, welcome. And Food Worth Forking is all about food, dating, and lifestyle. So food, all things food, culinary. We do cooking demos. We talk to chefs. Dating, what it's like dating over 40. Where are we going? Where are we meeting people? And lifestyle, what is happening in the world around us? So, if you have not subscribed to the channel, why not? What is going on? Please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, make sure you like this episode, like the podcast, and hit that bell so you will always get updates on new content on the channel. So welcome. Let's see what's going on here. What's up, Chris? Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here tonight. Again, let's see what's going on here tonight. It's Wednesday. We are first week in March. We are at the end of the first quarter of the year. I cannot believe it. It is crazy. It is really, really crazy. Time is flying. Let's see. What other housekeeping? What else do we need to talk about here? If you don't know. All right, well, let's get into this episode here. Beginning, doing something a little different. I tried this last week, and it's all about forking trends. What is happening out here in this world? What is happening in the food world? And let's talk about it a little bit, right? Let's get into it. So, up first tonight, this was interesting that I discovered. I saw someone mentioned it, and I didn't think it was real. Y'all, it is all the way real. I don't know how you feel about this, but KFC has a new item, I guess I'll say. I'm like, is it an item? KFC has a new item on its menu called Cheesa. Oh, I guess I think it is. It's Cheesa, and it's chicken. It's chicken like a pizza. I haven't tried it. Maybe the next time I'll try it and then I'll report back. But I don't know. But that's what they're doing. It's brand new. They've added it to their menu. It's 2 crispy fried chicken breasts marinated with marinara sauce, mozzarella cheese, and pepperoni. Some say it tastes like a chicken parmesan, but according to KFC, the Cheesa debuted in the Philippines in 2015. I was surprised about that. Since then, it has made its way around the world to Korea, Taiwan, India, Thailand, and Germany, Spain, and Mexico, among other countries. Now it's time. It's time for this to be in the United States, to try the global phenomenon for the first time. So I don't know how you feel about it. I don't know. But there are some folks out here who says it tastes like chicken parm and they like it and they're enjoying it. What say you? And Jason said, I feel my foot swelling looking at it. Yes, the salt. Yes, indeed. Chris says this is a culinary in a box. It is. It's, I don't know, but that's what's going on at KFC. What's up, Verna? Thanks for being here tonight. Thanks for coming. What's up? So yeah, we have this cheesa, they're calling it, at KFC. That's what's going on there. So, like, I guess. In other news, in other news tonight, something that I thought was really interesting. I am a if you know me, you know, and I'm sharing this, that I really enjoy watching the morning shows, like your Today, your Good Morning America, all those morning shows. I'm that girl. I'm watching. So one of my shows that I watch often when I'm not, if I'm not in the office and if I'm remote and I'm watching in the mornings, is the Today Show. And I don't know if you all, you know, who Hoda Kotb is. She's one of the main hosts of the Today Show. She also has a podcast called Making Space with Hoda. And before the pandemic, of course, Hoda was engaged. And during the pandemic, her and her fiance decided to end their engagement. So, in case you don't know who Hoda is, let me show you. Yes. So, this is Hoda. And she decided to end, they decided, I won't say she decided, but they decided to end their engagement. So, not, um, you know, I think since then, she's been pretty quiet, and not like I think she's a pretty private person, but she's been quiet about her love life. And I think people have asked on the show, like, Hoda, what are you doing? What's going on? And she's been closed lip, like, mind your business, people. So what happened this week, and she has two daughters, two young girls, and she is a woman, as Wendy Williams would say, of a particular age. And she has been, I think, just taking care of her kids and living her life and trying to figure it out. But earlier this week, she was on the Kelly Clarkson show. And she was just talking about her life and what was happening. And she said that she made this announcement, like, that she had a date recently. And that was a big thing for her because because she's so busy and she has young children, she makes sure that she takes time out for herself. And she has one day a week, I think it is, one day a week that she has strictly for herself, other than, work and some of the other things, but she takes time out for herself. And she had a date recently. And I wanted to talk about that because that's kind of, that goes into my topic for tonight, the recipe for love. A recipe for love. And one of the main ingredients is vulnerability. And I think in that moment when I was watching the show and I watched her, that she was sharing this information on a major platform, another talk show, thousands of people watching, and she decided to say, I had a date, without, concern. And she may be concerned, but, just dealing with the judgment, what people have to say, and other people being in her business. She didn't give a lot of information, but I think it's interesting because one of the things just in that moment and watching it, vulnerability has come up a lot over the last couple of weeks in conversations I've had with people. And even for me, just wanting to be in a relationship or wanting to be married. And after a certain age, after 40, 50, 60, if you either haven't been in a relationship or you are divorced or your children are grown or you still may have small children and just kind of starting over in this space, vulnerability is a big thing. It's a big deal. And so a lot of times I will hear that communication is the key. It is, but you can't do anything. I don't think you can do anything without being vulnerable. You can't communicate if you're not vulnerable, and the risk that's in it. And that's and can be very uncomfortable. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit tonight, especially as I watched the show and I saw her, and I'm like, yeah, this is a big deal. And how comfortable you have. I think there's a certain comfortability that you have to have or with yourself and be willing um, to be in that space. Sometimes I like to say, it's one of my little sayings that vulnerability is like being out here butt booty naked. You just out here, and you're taking that chance on being rejected, criticized, ignored, and hurt. And so a lot of us, we just won't do it. But you can't do it. You have to do it if you're going to, because you want to communicate, and you say you want these things, and you say you want to be in a relationship, or um, just not maybe even married, but just in a partnership with someone. The fear can be crippling. It can be crippling. It can be paralyzing, and it will keep you in one space. You won't move. You'll be on this like hamster wheel, just going around and around and around and around. And time goes by, and years go by. So, as I'm having a vulnerable moment, I will share a moment that I had that I realized that if I don't change it, if I don't do something about it, I'm going to be right here. I'm going to be right here in this space for however long, or possibly for the rest of my life, if I don't do anything about it. So I was dating someone, and I I had I have had a really big issue with being vulnerable. And so even having this platform and being in this space, it's like, whoo, when the lights come on, I get hot, and I'm like, oh my Lord, here we go. But I was dating someone, and I definitely had an issue with being vulnerable. And I think I do know now in hindsight that he was interested, definitely interested, but I continue to be in this space of not really sharing, not really doing, almost like sabotage. Because if you're not willing to be vulnerable and communicate, at least for me, it is like a sabotage. So I'm in this. We're dating, right? I'm getting back to the topic. We're dating, and he decided, you know what, I'm moving. I need to do this, and I need to make some changes in my life, and I want to do X, and I want to do this. And he's moving, and I'm like, I never told him how I felt. Would it have changed anything? Maybe, maybe not. And I remember I'll say our last date. And when he went to walk away, I remember standing there on the street corner saying, Laura, if you don't change, if you don't say anything, and if you continue to be in this space, you will never get what you say you want. It's a chance we take to be vulnerable. Absolutely. But the more we do it, the more comfortable you get in it. Not that it's like, yeah, hurt my feelings, but if you can get past that, I think it does get a little easier. You take the moment, and then you allow life to happen so that you can experience something pretty amazing. You never know. I think the reality is, as we are being in your 40s or 50s or 60s, we're in the middle of our lives. And the hard truth is we don't have a lot of time. We're halfway done. My brother said that to me once, and it's very true. And I was like, what? No, but it's true. And how do you want to live and spend the rest of your life? I mean, not trying to be morbid, but it really is, it's true. And to be vulnerable takes courage. And the steps I think we have to take is about being consistent in like in little things, and consistently giving effort to try something new in that space, and discipline yourself. Again, just taking baby steps every day to be better, to get better at it. And about relationships, yes, excuse me, but it's also about you. Are you being vulnerable with yourself, and which it means to me, being honest with yourself about where you are, what you want, who he or she is for you and a partner, and just truly being honest. So maybe vulnerability is coupled with honesty, right? Um, but taking the steps every day to do it. And that's discipline. And now we have to discipline ourselves to do these things. Here's some comments here. Let's see what's going on. Baby steps, yes. Yes. And Natalie says, vulnerable, yikes. Get somebody else to do it. But the problem is, Nat, to get someone else to do it, no, you don't want to get anyone else to do it. You want to do it, because what's on the other side of it, it really, I think, is going to be really amazing. Let's see here. Who else here? Verna says, I think it takes time though. Oh, hold on, you guys going fast. Hold on. I'm trying to keep up. Y'all now the comments coming in. It's coming in. Verna says, I think it takes time though. You can't be vulnerable until it's time. I think you need to have a safe space. When you get to know a person, that will happen. That's when you need to try being vulnerable. I think that's true. Yes. But also, I think vulnerability is part of being guarded. So yes, it yes, I'm not saying it happens overnight for sure. And yes, it takes time, but I think we have to go into, at least for me, go into it and go into the experience being willing to be vulnerable. And it doesn't mean you tell your darkest, deepest secrets at that moment, but yes, you see how, as long as there's some type of safe space in there, and you kind of tiptoe and you test the waters, and if it feels good, then you go with it. But if we don't try it, even in the beginning, and again, it could be small things, small steps, but even in the beginning, if you don't try it, you just don't know what it could be. You don't know what it could be. Chris says, you have to be fully honest with yourself first. Indeed. And that leads you to the vulnerability you need to get closer and to be that safe space. Absolutely. Absolutely. I believe that. One of my favorite authors, you all may know her, is Brene Brown. She has a book called Daring Greatly. I think it's probably one of her first books. Whenever I'm in this space of like, okay, I'm not, should I, do I want to, I don't know, I'll either look up a quote by Brene Brown, or I'll go back to this book and I'll reread it. And each time I seem to learn something different. And so one of the things that she says, one of her quotes here is which is her definition of vulnerability. The definition of vulnerability is uncertainty, risk, and emotional exposure. But vulnerability is not weakness. It's our most accurate measure of courage. And courage was one of the words, was the word, not even one of the words, but was the word for the year at my church. Courage is like, we're going to focus on courage this year. And this vulnerability falls in it, along with discipline and consistency for me. So she also describes vulnerability as uncertainty, which I just said, uncertainty, risk, and emotional exposure. It's that unstable feeling we get when we step out of our comfort zone and do something that forces us to loosen control. Oh yeah, loosen control. And that is vulnerability. See, I just caught that by reading it. I was like, oh, control, vulnerability. Yes, yes. So I'm going to put together something tonight, and I'm hoping that these are some things that I'm doing that as I'm working in this space. And for 2024, to talk about love, this is one of the things I want to focus on for us. So the recipe for love. This week, the first ingredient is vulnerability. We just learned a little bit about it there, but here are some things that I'm doing, and things that I'm already doing or would plan to implement. So first up is um, acceptance, and it's about you knowing that vulnerability. It's yes, it's about having, these, I guess I'll say, quote unquote, authentic relationships, but it's really about me and being honest with myself. So that goes back to honesty and loosening control. So the first step is make sure that it is about me, or it's about you first before anyone else. Take the time to reflect on emotions, your experiences, and fears. Recognize that vulnerability is a natural and essential aspect of being human. So it's about you first. Second is, I guess, going into communicating. So then we're practicing authentic communication and opening up to their trusted friend or a family member. And how about even better? Because, I have fantastic friends, family is there, yes, but sometimes it's really about that therapist. And I've been there, and I know it could also really be about a therapist. Get a therapist to talk about your feelings and your thoughts, someone who doesn't know you from Adam or Jane. and and share your vulnerabilities, and honestly and authentically, and allow yourself to be seen and heard without fear and without judgment. That's number 2. Number 3, I think 2 and 3 for me kind of go hand in hand, but it's also about cultivating trusting relationships and surrounding yourself with people who support you. That is so, 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 so it's a little different, but it's so, so important. And it's about, sometimes we have to shed. We have to shed. It's part of life. And as we get older, you really are doing some big shedding. Like some big ones. You're like, whoo, I didn't think I was going to have to let that one go. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see it coming. But it's just true. Cultivating trusting relationships, surrounding yourself with people who support you, accept you for who you are, like truly just who you are. Like tonight, I came on here. Listen, I was tired, y'all, and I said I was going to do my hair. I promise. I promise I was going to do my hair, and I was like, I don't feel like it. And so I was like, let me throw this little hat on. I got my earrings on. And I was like, oh, then I have to, wear my Food Worth Working t-shirt tonight. So beat my face a little bit. I was like, okay, we could do it. We could do it. I did it. Just accept me. I showed up. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. But accept people who accept you and support you, and build deep and meaningful connections based on trust, mutual respect, because respecting those around you, I think, is very important. And empathy, knowing that you're in a safe space and nurturing environment, can definitely encourage you on this journey to vulnerability. 4, embrace your imperfections. Let go, let go. Let go of the need to be perfect or to have all the answers. That's challenging. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm kind of in that space. I'll be like, ooh, that's not done. I can't release it. Ooh, Jason, I am not starting this podcast yet because I don't have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. He was like, we got A, B, C, and D. Let's go. I'm like, no. But it's true. Embrace imperfections. Let go of the need to be perfect or to have all the answers. Embrace your flaws and your vulnerabilities as part of what makes you unique. Recognize that vulnerability is What Brene Brown says is a sign of strength, not weakness. That's what Brene says. So there you go. 5, take small risks. Do what we talked about earlier. I said, just do small steps. Taking small steps outside, let's be clear, outside of your comfort zone. Share something personal with a friend, express your needs or desires to try something new, challenge yourself. And it doesn't have to be your deepest, darkest secret, but just something small to test the waters and go for it. Remember that vulnerability is a journey and it is not, um, it's a journey. It's okay. It's okay to take it one step at a time. Be patient and kind to yourself as you navigate the process of growth and self discovery. And 6, cultivate mindfulness. Cultivate mindfulness and surrender. Incorporate mindfulness, incorporate practices such as meditation, prayer, deep breathing, exercises into your daily routine. These practices help you connect with your inner self. It helps quiet your mind because I know my mind needs to be quiet. It needs to be quiet a lot. I need to bring it down. And you can cultivate a sense of peace and acceptance. Surrender to the present moment. Be in the moment. Be in the now. And trust in a higher power, trust in God or divine guidance. Recognize that vulnerability is a part of the human experience and surrender to the flow of life, allowing yourself to be open to the lessons and blessings that come with embracing vulnerability on a spiritual level, right? And I think my last thing would be practice listening, active listening. Be a good listener. Sometimes it's not about me. Go figure, it's not. It's not about me, but listen, stop and listen. And that, those are my steps. Those are things I do. Those are things that I would hope that I hope that will help you. And these are things that we could do together because each month I'm going to add on another ingredient. So for this month of March, we love the recipe for love. Our first ingredient is vulnerability. And maybe we'll come back and talk about it before we get into the next ingredient. Relationships. Think something else. Something else. That can be great. Right. Yep, that's stress to a T. It is stressful. It's all stressful. And so as we take it a little lighter, we get on a lighter note. We're gonna get into this in between the bites segment, right? In between the bite segment. So you all know that it's also I can't talk tonight. Women's History Month. I get a clap there. I'm like, rah. I'm gonna get those sound effects too. Rah, rah. It's Women's History Month. And there are these two women that are here in Brooklyn, New York, that during the pandemic, I came across their page, and it's called BEM, and they are a bookstore for Black food literature. And I just thought it was so cool. They were doing these pop-up bookstores um, in different places in Brooklyn, and I think they were mainly in Brooklyn, and so they decided that they wanted to have a brick and mortar, and they want to have like a coffee shop in part of it, and some workshops, and let me see what else they have here. Sorry, y'all. And like have a space for private dinner parties. And when they decided to do this project, they created a Kickstarter. And if you don't know what Kickstarter is, it's a page where you have people donate for your project. And they had put on here different things that if you donated X amount of dollars, you would get, either a gift card or, how you could be vested in their company in some way. That's small. But as of yesterday, they hit their goal of $35,000. And I was just so excited to see that. They've been just receiving a lot of support, and they definitely have been hitting the pavement, getting pledges and asking people for money and asking people to participate to help create this space for Black food literature. And I'm excited about it, and I'm definitely going to support these women here in um, here in Brooklyn. So check out BEM is Gabrielle and Danielle Davenport. They're doing some great work out here. So make sure if you're in Brooklyn, check them out. Follow their page so we can keep up with them, and then go to the opening of the store, which would be really, really, really fun and great. Very great. And speaking of food, has nothing to do with literature, but food. Delicious bites moment, right? This past week, I went to a restaurant. Hold on a second. And it's called Capagnette. Capagnette? See, it's a French restaurant. It's in New York City. It's in Midtown, Manhattan. If you are in the city, in Midtown, check out this restaurant. One, it's very cute. And two, this is the best lobster salad I've ever had. Like now, I'm like, every time I go here, I have to get a lobster salad, because this lobster salad right here, their lobster salad had asparagus, of course, lobster. They weren't light on the lobster either. And it was fresh. It wasn't frozen. And I was excited. Avocado, oh my gosh, tomato, very light on the dressing. It was delicious on a bed of greens. Absolutely delicious. So, lobster salad, Copignette, Copinnette. Check them out in Midtown Manhattan. Absolutely delicious. Delicious bites moment for sure. Delicious bite moment for sure. Yes, 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 yes. So, right? Make it happen, people. Make it happen. Now we're going to get into our sensual food fact. This one, this one is a new one for me. This one is a new one for me. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Let's get into it. So, this is called tribulus. Tribulus. Now, this is a small leafy plant whose roots and fruits are used in a traditional Chinese medicine. This traditional medicine is used to treat chest pain, heart problems, kidney stones, dizziness, and skin disorders. This is also being used as a dietary supplement to improve sexual function and boost testosterone levels. So, in a study, 30 men were administered this root daily for 3 weeks. The study results showed a significant increase in DHEAS levels in both diabetic and non diabetic patients. Also, the frequency of successful intercourse was increased by 60%. 60%. During the study, the tribulus extract was administered. The blood sample analysis showed increased levels of testosterone. So, this root helps to raise the libido in men and women, and is considered as one of the best aphrodisiac foods. I think that's food worth forking. 60%, people. 60. That's a lot. Yep. Jason says, hey now, 60%. That is try it. I'm just saying. We're here to help. We're here to help and educate and have a good time. Oh my goodness. Okay, folks, here we are. We are coming up on it. Yep. And it is now time for smash or pass. It is that time. Here we go. And first up for the evening is.
You guys loved my protein monster cookies so much, I'm back with another flavor inspired by my pals Ben and Jerry. These Chunky Monkey inspired small batch protein cookies are the perfect thing to bake when your sweet tooth plans on sticking around for a while, but you're still looking to move the needle forward towards your protein goals. They're also flourless, eggless, and dairy-free. Dare I say they're balanced in cookie form?
So are we smashing or passing? I'm smashing. I'm with it. They look amazing. I would try it. I would try it. Yes, you did, Kenya. Kenya says I came in right on time. You sure did. Hey. Yes. Jason says smash. I know, right? They look delicious. Kenya says I love protein cookies. Smash. Yes. Okay, this is a smash for tonight. Here we go. Kat is, hey, Kat. Kat says it's a smash. I think we had a winner. I believe that's a winner. That's a winner. All right, next up is.
It's glizberry season, folks. And the nice thing about a glizberry is you could give a glizberry to someone you love. You could give a glizberry to someone you hate, and the reactions are going to be similar. And I can guarantee you one thing. They're going to be talking about it. They're going to be talking about the glizberry and the things that they're going to be saying. That's kind of up to them. And that's a graham cracker sprinkle to really just tie the whole thing together. You know, I'm like the Willy Wonka of the waste treatment center. All right.
The fact that he was able to stomach that is strange to me. So, in case you couldn't tell what that was, or as you are listening, you may not be able, of course, you're listening and you can't see. That is a strawberry that he has taken the center out of and put, I don't even know if that was a cooked hot dog, but a hot dog in the middle. And then the whipped cream on top is not really whipped cream, it's mayonnaise. And then the audacity to sprinkle graham cracker crumbs. That's a hard pass for me. No, thank you. No, thank you. What are we saying over here? Yeah. Josiah says hard pass. It is a hard pass. That was quite disgusting. Quite disgusting. Vernon says pass. Yeah, people. Chris says absolutely pass. I would throw that back in his back in his face. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was a hot dog. Glizberry. I was mad all about it. So I think we can agree we're gonna pass on the glizberry. We're gonna call it. All right, next up is. That looks delicious. But I will say you have to really like onions. You have to really like onions because that's like an onion pasta dish. You really gotta like onions. I don't know what you say. Jason says smash. Okay. Kat says maybe. I know, Kat. Maybe is right. Maybe. I would try it. I'll say that. I would try it. Berna says smash. Got it. Back to a raw hot dog and fruit. I know it's pretty bad, but that was pretty gross. Yes. That is very saucy. Saucy. Kenya says that's really saucy. Yes. Natalie says, I'll try it, but won't be making friends that night. No, because there's a lot of onions in there. A lot of onions. Yes, yes. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, next up is, hold on one second. Here we go. I'm getting there, and here we go. We have a raspberry mojito, and this is a mocktail. This is a mocktail. So you have raspberries, mint leaves, lime, simple syrup, crushed ice, and sparkling water. If we must add alcohol, you totally can. However, this raspberry mojito that is a mocktail looks and sounds delicious, and I would say smash. What say you? Smash. It does sound yummy. Kat says smash and refreshing. Yes. Jason says it needs tequila. Probably, but we're going to stick with the mocktail. We got a shot for you on the side. Let's see here. We have, can you come through mocktail? Yes, smash for all of the designated drivers. Yes, yes. Wanda says smash. It is a smash. I think we're smashing tonight. That works. It is a winner. It is a winner. All right. That's what we have for tonight. I think we did very well. Very, very well. Ladies and gentlemen. So, we have come to the end of the evening. So, if you have not subscribed to the channel, come on over. Enjoy, subscribe at Food Worth Forking. If you have not, if you are not following me on social media for TikTok, Instagram, now X, all of those at Food Worth Forking. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the episode. So go subscribe to YouTube, like the episode, hit the notification bell so you always get the notifications of when new content is up and out. So make that happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is what's happening tonight. We are done. We are going to end this. Thank you all for joining. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And come back next week. I'll see you next week. We have another fun episode planned for you next week. And this is it. So thank you. Thanks for being here. And until we eat again, make it food worth forking. See you next week. Because.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Come follow as I take you on a tour. Let me put you on to some new work. Grilling is heat. I got the word on the street. Take heed, introduce you to some brand new things. Food for the soul. See you gotta blow. Food worth forking. Take it on the go. In tune, serving it up on the road. Tell you all about it on a special. This here's something you don't wanna miss.